two incredible leaders live in the studio. Gina Green Harris, you're like an honorary member of the Truth Team.
Oh, right now,
because you lead so many great initiatives that impact directly our community. And so for that, as part of Women's History Month, no, seriously, Gina, thank you.
Thank you.
Because you don't, that's one thing, we don't have to do what we do. You do it, and you do it with such grace, such eloquence, such style, such beauty, such commitment. So Gina Green Harris is the co-chair of the Physical and Mental Health Committee, Lord knows I need it, of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Also, and I always say this because it's the truth, I don't need to introduce her criteria because as soon as I say her name, you're going to know who we got. But I'll do it for the purpose of formality. We have the beautiful, lovely community advocate, Milwaukee living legend, Vivian King, who is past president of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Good morning, Queens.
Good morning, Queen. And good morning, King.
Good morning. No, look, I know my spot. I've been around enough black women. I live with 3 black women, and I'm the only guy in the house all the time. So I know my spot, but thank you. Good morning.
Wise man. Now, these two ladies, as if they already are not busy and don't have 1,000 things to do.
Preach.
Right? are hosting,
especially during Women's History Month.
Man. As part of it, seriously, all the girl dads, all the young ladies, all the moms, just turn up the volume just a little bit because we want y'all to lean in about this upcoming event as part of Intergenerational Community Women's Day. It's going to be presented by Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter. Ladies,
yeah,
this sounds incredible. What is this event about? And how can I be down? Thank you, Mike from Mill Road. He says fair enough.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
I wish these people would know when you come for the effective communication coach. I've been doing it since I was 3.
You will effectively
There we
communicate
go.
back.
Come on, somebody.
That's right. We'll let you sit it straight.
Look, I ain't trying to challenge LeBron James because I know my role. Don't come for me.
Got to know your lane.
Got to know your lane. Yes, ladies.
You want to go ahead?
No,
Vivian,
you.
I will talk about our local event, but
Right.
Women's Day in itself and a piece of what
Yeah,
Delta is.
Women's Day, we have been, I got here in 1995. I thought I was going to be in Milwaukee for 3 years, but here I am. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing Women's Day since I've been here. Mm-hmm. So, now I've been here, 29 years. And it basically is a time for women to come together, really talk about the issues that affect women, and really just fellowship. We do so much for our families, for the community, and so we need a day for us. And so this is really about us and, whatever is on our minds. Of course, we talk about health, we talk about all kinds of things. Yeah. And each year is different. Because, each committee is different and puts their own tweak. And this year's is just going to be great because we've never had an intergenerational Women's Day. And so I love that Gina and her co-chair, Joni Williams, came up with that.
Yep. And so I'll talk a little bit. Thank you so much. And so, as you know, Vivian Extraordinaire has been in the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter longer than I have and has more history around the Women's Day program. So that's why I wanted you to kick us off. And as a past president, knowing all that good buddy stuff. But we really, for 2024, we recognize as Black women in particular, we've been going through so much, right? And we also have been talking about the fact that as we're growing together as community, it's time to get back, one, the face of community involved with civic organizations is really critical. And we recognize that as Black women, and we've talked about this, we talk in silos. And we know that our young girls need to understand the journey to womanhood. And we know our older, more seasoned women need to hear the voice of our younger sisters, helping us understand how they're having to deal with the struggles of life. And so bringing this intergenerational conversation around fun things. So we're talking about, we're going to do like a paint and sip. Now, we are not having wine. So those of you who are worried about having wine in the church, don't worry. It's not fermented. It ain't that type of sipping. I knew you was going to say that, but in the black church, it ain't fermented. We ain't Catholic. This is but we will have a sip and paint. It's called Art and Sew. And we're going to be having conversation while we're doing it. So we can have these authentic, intergenerational conversations while we're just enjoying each other's company. We're going to be doing hand massages together, touching, the spirit of touch, and conversate. We want women and girls to come together for the purpose of sharing and caring and really into understanding each other better. I need to be talking to my younger daughter about how to understand financial wealth now, not when she's 16, not when she's 25. We need to be talking about that now because it is impacting them now. So we're excited about all this stuff.
Yes, and Denise, I know you have plenty to ask. I just want to throw this in here and just ask the question: how did this come about, this idea? Because you hear a lot about fatherhood initiatives and a lot of things for males to do to try to pass along, if it's knowledge, if it's just learning how to become a man. How did this come about, and how long did it take for this to come to fruition, having this intergenerational conference, you could say, to help younger women and make that adjustment to adulthood?
Absolutely. So as Vivian said, Women's Day is actually part of our sorority, and it has been something that has been initiated as part of the sorority. How this came is we have a committee, and every year, as Vivian said, each committee looks different. But we all, when we were thinking about, well, what will we do for Women's Day? Mental health came up, and it came up across the board. Financial literacy came up across the board. Effective communication across the board. It's like really all of these topics that we were discussing, folks were like, well, yeah, but I've got younger folks who need to understand this, right? It was really the conversation organically exposed that it's not about just bringing college-educated women together. It's not just about bringing older women together. And it's not about just, it was really important to be fully inclusive of everyone. And that's really how all this happened. So when we first started back in September, you asked how long, it was like we were thinking and it was boiling and we were like, yes, let's do this. Yeah. Let's awesome. try our best to pull this off.
I think it's awesome.
Thank you so much. And we're excited about the community being involved, right? You know, so many times we get in our cliques and we bring ourselves, but we want the community. We're asking community to please join us on Saturday and March 16th. Bring your daughters, bring your nieces, bring your little girls off the street. Remember when we used to be, everybody was community?
Hey,
come on in.
Ride down here.
This car. Well, I was just get in this car.
That's right. You coming? Oh, you going? Right.
Yeah. We'll feed you. Come on in. Well, you should have led with that.
Yeah, we got food.
Right.
You know, you have food, right? We got food. But I will say one other thing that I really want to get out. We will be hosting a community talkback session over lunch. We really want to ask the community, what is it that Delta Sigma Theta Milwaukee alumni can do to work with community and authenticity? What are the empowerment issues? You know, one of the big things about our sorority is women and girl empowerment. How can we help build that empowerment? Who do we need to be working with? Who do we need to be partnering with? And how do we make this happen? So that's going to be a community dialogue over the lunch. And then we're going to have line dancing. I mean, it's a total, this day is designed to not only bring education, but bring fun. So we got some hot topics, as Vivian mentioned. We're going to be talking about human trafficking. We're going to be talking about women in our bodies. We're going to be talking about the whole issue of the birthing challenges that we have. So it's going to be really power-packed. 9 and above, 9 and over, 9 and over.
And you know, women in our bodies is really important because I have a friend who, when she was going through menopause, she was like, my mom never talked to me about what to expect with menopause. And so I think we just go through life, things are happening, and we're not necessarily talking about that. I know some other people talk about it, but like our culture, we haven't really talked about that. That's kind of private stuff, and that's happening to me. But we need to share those things so that we can bring our girls up so they know what to expect. And if who should they learn it from but us?
I love this so much because it's like going to a super center where you're getting everything under one roof. Mm-hmm. And Gina, you brought this up earlier in terms of what the experience will entail. And I thought I've got to underscore that because I go through that as well. And just the experience of intimate touch in a sisterly way. Like, I love you. Mm-hmm. Let me, give you a massage, or just the power of the touch. Mm-hmm. Is something that for many, and I could, as a Black woman, it is something that we've associated with from a maternal standpoint. Mm-hmm. But as adults, especially, just navigating through this thing called life, to know that I can go to an event and have healthy dialogue and be heard, and also experience that hug or that I love you, sister. I don't even have to know you.
Right.
We need that. And same thing, and I know we're not talking about, Black boys, but I love how you said a lot of the things that, Vivian, you just talked about this, that we may not have experienced as children, as part of our upbringing. It doesn't necessarily mean that our parents didn't love us, but a lot of it came from culture. You know what you know, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So now that we have these types of platforms where we'll know.
Absolutely.
Let's take advantage of that, because I love the fact that every aspect of my existence and well-being will be a part of this agenda.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love, and thank y'all for that, because somebody out there right now witnesses violence more so than they should.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, don't get that, come here.
Right.
A hug?
Exactly.
A genuine hug? And just, because, your heart, that's a whole other conversation, but the neurology that connects to our psychology and our physical health, they're all intertwined. So when you hug somebody that traditionally doesn't get hugged, or you're beautiful, or I love you, or that's powerful.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to follow up on that. Don't look at me. But I do, again, I think this is such an awesome thing because, Vivian, you really hit something that resonate just with me, and it's about our Black community. There's a lot of times we go through life and we don't pass down the most important information. We may pass down who your second cousin might be or something like that, but the importance of making sure you get a colonoscopy at a certain age, making sure that you're not ignoring things that are going on with you and thinking, oh, it's normal. My daddy had bad feet, or I got gout, my daddy had gout. No, it's not that simple. And I think about even just from not just physical things, but from a mental health standpoint of, if you've never gone through menopause before, you don't know how it is. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what to prepare for. But if you do have someone that has gone through it or is currently going through it and can say, hey, expect this, expect that, then it helps prepare you more. So I think this is such a great, great thing that you all are putting together. It's called Intergenerational Community Women's Day, and it will take place on... What is this? Oh, it's
Saturday,
this Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, March 16th, 2024. The program is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure that you go and check it out, and registration will begin at 8:30. Ladies, is there anything else that you would want people to know about this event and encourage more to come out this next Saturday?
I want to let Denise know that
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is her favorite price.
$3.99. Hey, boy, you know me, man. Ain't that like $3.99? Let's go.
And that comes with a continental breakfast, and lunch will be served, right?
Yes.
And we will be doing a cooking demonstration. Dr. Yvonne Greer. We're trying to really put it all in there for folk. But yeah,
Look, you distinguished leaders. y'all are so focused on the experience. You got to leave with the food. You got to
leave with the food. Oh, right. The food.
Common folks like
it's
me.
free food.
Yeah, you distinguish, sophisticated black women, and we're gonna have conversation and look. Leave with the food. We feed y'all.
And then it's like, huh?
Right.
Your ears and your stomach is open.
Varsity Blood Center was here last week, and they were talking about gift cards. And I was like, lead with that. For every donation you will get.
Amen to that. And I know we've got a website. Viv, you want to give our website?
Yes, please do.
Oh, yeah. So you can register. Well, our registration is on our website. So dstmilwaukee.org is our website.
dstmilwaukee.org. Okay.
There it is, Truth Nation.
S is in Sam.
Yes.
There it is, Truth Nation. Gina Green Harris, co-chair of the Physical and Mental Health Committee of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and Vivian King. We all know who Vivian King is, but she's also the past president of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Thank you for letting us know. I think it's going to be an awesome event.
Yes.
And we will definitely like to get the post game results of this. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be successful, but we want to know. I was going to say we want to know how successful it was, because we know it's going to be extraordinarily successful again.
Oh, wait a minute, we gotta. There's something about Vivian on the Truth Talking text line.
Okay, go ahead.
So one of our listeners says, 15 years ago, a much younger me had started a struggling cookie company and was trying to get into major grocery stores in the area. It's always been super hard, especially for minorities. I don't like that word. But a kind soul took the time and effort to get me into Metro Market, which was owned by Roundy's. And that woman was Vivian King. A thousand blessings to her. And I still have the entrepreneurial spirit today. Thank you again and again.
Oh,
that was LT.
Thank you.
Wow.
Now that's what we should be talking about.
That's right. That's what's up.
But those are the things that we are promoting to highlight during Women's History Month, because there are women like Vivian King who would have never come in and said what she has done for not just LT, but so many other people. It should be recognized and it should be celebrated, and not only just this month, but always. And thank you again. Thank you again for coming
so
in.
Very much.
Yes. Keep it locked right here. We'll have more Truth Be Told with DT.